We are dodging tornadoes in northwest Arkansas, getting ready for another CIRF report. This one with the I-Ching reading, with the DreamBot and the astrology, heading towards a new moon. We have some absolute breakthrough energy. You don't want to miss this one, so you picked the right day to enter. Now, if you've never heard of DreamBot before, go ahead and check the beginner's guide. We have three big memes here. The first one being like a nurture forgiveness, and we start with feminine at the very top. The next word is judgment. That's not part of the feminine. That's going to be the next meme. But feminine, and then we've got portal. Portal being, I can't think of another, representation of a portal than the female human body, which is the only vehicle which can bring in another soul, another spirit from the other side. So, birthing newborns and having souls inside of them is a portal in and of itself, and blanket being a cover also being there. So very feminine energy, but nurturing and forgiveness. Then we have the blue meme, which is more about conclusion. I thought judgment was going to be more of a yang. I was wrong. I think the judgment's like more in a courtroom. And in fact, the I-Ching reading had everything to do with courtroom. So we'll get to that here in a second. But it's finality. It's the judgment at the end of the court case. And then, outcome, final, stabbed. Cross is very symbolic of the ending, and then even the word ending. So it is the conclusion, the ending. And then the third meme is in the orange. Party, I thought was going to be the festivities. It's not. It's commensurate with political parties. Pillar, standing for something, primary. And then we have two of the same word, represent and represented. And so both of those are in that run. It is very political and very representative. All right, let's get into the astrology and the I-Ching reading. All right, where do you want to begin? Let's start with the astrology. We have the, Mercury is going to get hit up multiple times throughout this. In fact, that's the centerpiece here. First up is at 1:33 a.m. This is the 1st of May, so just in a few hours, if you're viewing this right after the recording on Tuesday evening, or the storm, you might even be able to hear the thunder and lightning outside. Electricity is still on, so we're doing our CIRF report, and Mercury sextile Mars. It's a harmonious relationship there. But Mars gives Mercury the ability to communicate my boundaries, for example. So it's a healthy communication, but could be confrontational, not in a bad way, but in a good way. Now, of course, this is happening deep in the night, but this is going to be around a while. This isn't like the moon where it transits very quickly. Mercury does transit quickly, but not nearly as fast as the moon around this zodiac. Mercury also squares up a little later to Saturn. Saturn being very deep and dark and secret, kind of hurdles in your path. And so, this communication then is about, and Saturn in retrograde over the South Node. So we're looking at the past right now, and we're probably dreaming about regurgitation of past fears, past achievements, past struggles, uphill battles, that kind of thing. And then, you've got Moon conjunct with Chiron also deep in the night. And that is about the nurturing. So we've got the nurturing forgiveness thing. Chiron being the wounded healer. That's the epitome of forgiveness. I think there's probably some other forgiveness around, but I can't think of a better way to represent forgiveness is with the moon, your emotions, hovering over Chiron. It's healing your emotions. What other form of forgiveness do you need to represent that? So I find that pretty incredible. And that's actually there. And now let's go to the next day. We've got a lot more happening in this Aries, tropical Aries. And so everything is fired up with this energy as Moon overtakes Venus. And, that's all about our relationships and harmony. And, it should be fairly positive. I mean, emotions do bond us, and Venus is all about relationships, a little bit about finance and well-being as well. But we also have Mercury with two more aspects. Mercury is going to square up to Pluto, and Pluto being the deep subconscious material. This is more in the afternoon on, let's see, it would be Thursday the 2nd of May. And you're communicating these things. So you're communicating what? Some really past old stuff. Probably stuff that you haven't realized is in the past. So this is a really good time to bring all that out, especially as the moon closes its biweekly phase of the moon hitting up the sun. That's otherwise known as the new moon. So it's in the death cycle. That's the conclusion and the ending. This is so clear. But also, Pluto is the destroyer, kind of rebuilder planet. And so, in a way, you're starting over with your speech and communication. And would this be a better time to talk about the I-Ching? I can't believe. So I did the I-Ching after the DreamBot run. And so that's why I was very surprised that the outcome was very commensurate with the DreamBot run. There's no interpretation. It's just throwing the coins, and how they land is exactly this. And it turned out to be 43. It's a breakthrough. I thought, that's nice, but what is the breakthrough all about? Well, first of all, the I-Ching talks about the judgment specifically, and it talks about court cases, and you're at the court of the king. And the king, I'm thinking, is a kind of a form of political. This is exactly what the DreamBot was saying. But now we're talking about undertaking something. And the I-Ching says, make the matter known. And so we want to go back here to Wednesday, make the matter known. That's Mercury sextile Mars. Make the matter known. Now, refrain from resting on your virtue is the next little insight. And what this seems to suggest, and they talk about it in the I-Ching reading, the Book of Changes, is that, 43 may want to just sit down. You get your life is in order. Everything's nice. I don't really need to do anything. Well, you're going to lose that if that's the case. You need to, with this energy, get up, take a stand for something, and distribute that and disseminate that to the community, to your family, to the world at large. And so stand for something. But the point here is that, part of this energy clearly is the moon eventually making its way to the sun. That's going to be by Saturday. And you're going to have an automatic breakthrough because this is the ending of that cycle. So we bring in the DreamBot with the conclusion and the end. Yes, it's the latter part of this week. And so we need to get in alignment with the stars. Now we're going to go into Sidereal Astrology. You ready? Well, 2 days worth here. You've got, Mercury and Moon. So where are we? Pisces. Where's the next day? Still, every one of our aspects is in Sidereal Pisces. So what do you guess we're going to do? We're going to feel, but you're going to feel now. You're going to go in for your passion. You're going to feel for your highest values, what matters to you the most. And you're going to feel those deeply, so strongly to foster that passion. Keep in mind, we're in tropical Aries, so you have that passion naturally. That's the influence. The influence is the passion. And so the getting in alignment with the stars is the solution, and you're going to feel that passion. It's absolutely perfect. Getting ready for this new moon. Find out what matters to you the most. Use the Mars energy with the Mercury and channel that to communication, standing up for your either legacy or purpose, your values. What are you going to stand up for? It must be done probably by, probably by the end of the weekend. From now until the end of the weekend, you've got this window of opportunity to stand for something. And what are you going to stand for something? Feel the passion and make that matter known. So get ready for the breakthrough. It's going to happen on Saturday. So here's the intervention video. And what we want to do based on the energies that we just talked about is feel deeply the highest virtue within and make that matter known, prepare for the breakthrough. But don't. Here's the downside of Pisces. You got to watch for these as you get in line with the stars. You got to make the positive sides happen for you, and you also want to avoid the downsides, which can detract you from the further goal. And one of those detractions is escaping into fantasy, which is what Pisces loves to do. They also tend to get very melodramatic. So you want to not focus on the gunk in your life, but focus on articulating to other people why this matter matters. Do not lose your identity through this pursuit. All right. I hope that I have been of help to you. This to me spoke so strongly that I am going to, we have some revolutionary changes that are going to happen to this CIRF. We've got everything the way it is now is going to stay. We're going to add another layer here. And to me, it is just amazing. It's an amazing breakthrough. And I hope this is going to be of help to all of you to even be more accurate, even more individualized, even as I talk to the collective. All right, that's it. If you've got questions, write those below. Thank you and welcome to all the new folks here. I really appreciate you coming in to observe what I believe is going to be the new wave of astrology, horoscope, and just it's energy. It's all energy, and how do we get the most accurate results? That's what our pursuit is. And knowing what the collective is dreaming about is one step. Including the I-Ching is another, I think, phenomenal step, which is kind of the new gate that we're going to go through and include in the, hopefully in the near future. So anyway, really exciting changes, and ready for another breakthrough. I hope you are too. Take advantage of this energy. Have a good next couple of days. We'll see you on Thursday evening.